By the way, speaking of like the trade for Russ, and there's been a few stories that have come out about it now. I actually just realized that I got distracted in the middle of the Sam Farmer one and never finished it. But there's a couple stories that have come out about kind of how this went down. How crazy is it that like we were adjacent to the entire process but didn't know about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It started in Mobile. We were there.
Yep.
We were just at the wrong restaurant, I guess.
Yep.
Then it moved on to Indianapolis, where we were at all the happening spots, rubbing shoulders with the people that we wanted to be.
But it was going down at the non-happening spots.
Exactly, off the beaten path. There's, John Schneider and George Paton making the deal that would, change everything for both franchises. It's just kind of funny thinking about it, like, we were within a mile probably of everything that was going on.
Yep, and it's crazy. And George Paton really made an emphasis of this multiple times last week of just thanking everyone involved for not letting it get out. The fact that a blockbuster trade didn't leak that had been talked for a month is wild.
It didn't even leak in like rumor form.
Nope, not at all. Like you saw this morning before the trade went down with the Colts, everyone was saying I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts get get Matt Ryan, and then of course that did happen.
There's an old line: real G's move in silence like lasagna.
And George is a real G.
He's a
literally.
real G. I got to give it to him. I mean, it's not like we're like big insider scoop guys over here, so I don't really care. That it wasn't scooped or leaked or anything like that. I got respect for it.
Yeah.
It's clearly the way George Paton likes to do business. I kind of understand it. He even alluded to it. He's like, you never know if like the leak is going to mess it up. It's a little bit of paranoia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And I respect that about him. The way it went in the first story I read, which I'm blanking, I think it was Peter King. Basically, not even anyone else knew about it until the combine. When they started kind of letting a few people in that needed to be in to get the deal done.
But even then, it was such a small circle of people who knew that when the news broke, you had people in the Broncos building that were shouting and hooting and hollering because very few people knew what was about to go down.
One of those people who was shouting and hooting and hollering, sadly, was Shelby Harris.
Yep. That was sad.
Well, we joked about that with Aaron Rodgers, like that if they made the trade for him, like, hey, we trade for Aaron Rodgers, great. What we give up?
You. I mean, that's essentially what happened. And I saw some people saying like I can't believe that they didn't tell them first. Who knows how this stuff happens? Agents are usually the ones who are leaking this stuff to the insiders. So it's possible that George Paton didn't know it was coming out when it came out.
He did know, but he knew it was coming out when it came out. I know that for sure. And I also know that George picked up the phone right away to call those guys, to call the people that had been traded. So they did call him right after the trade, but also in those initial reports of the trade happening,
it hadn't leaked.
There weren't names of who it was. So George did try to contact the players before they heard other.
By the way, Jameis Winston gets re-signed with the Saints.
All right, Jameis to the Saints.